Hey everyone, welcome back to Tartarian Airlines. This is your captain speaking, and we are in a Tartarian island right next to Russia. And actually, you'll never guess it, but we are right next to the Strait of Tartary. Literally, modern day maps still have Tartary and Tartar on them. I never actually knew there was a Strait of Tartar. That red dot is about where we're going to be exploring, but it's in multiple the Tartar the Tartary Strait. So we're straight up in Tartaria, and this is an island over there, which is why I got prompted to just explore over here. Um, it really doesn't hurt to explore next to like airports, old airports, even modern day airports, because you'll see weird like formations in the ground that aren't really found anywhere else. I don't really think they're compasses or anything like that. I don't really know. It's maybe just old ley lines and magnetic points. Something that they don't really want us to know about. But that's all I was doing whenever I found this crazy spot. Not that spot. That is a blacked out area that they don't want us to see. But yeah, I was just kind of in this area, and I was like, well, this is the area of Tartaria. Let me take a look at this island and see what all is, if there's anything weird. And then sure enough, boom, I was just looking because I saw like remnants of an old town or something. And I just saw this weird formation in the trees. So this would have been like dug out in the ground or made like a wall or something. But I've done all different kinds of filters, and it's definitely there. There is something there. That is 100%. What it is, what it was used for, your guess is as good as mine. I personally think it looks kind of like a Star of David to me. And there's a circle there. And what is, to me, that makes me think it's like some sort of ritual, some sort of place to do rituals. I even see kind of like a small circle in the middle. I don't think I mapped that out, but that would have been something for me to overlay as another circle right there in the middle. But I did go in and I wanted to see how accurate this design was. So I got a straight up Star of David. Let's get it to the size that I need it to match and see if the lines add up. It's a little bit off. It's not straight north and south, which is kind of weird. I wonder what's up with that. Maybe a long time ago that was faced north and south. But that is pretty much an exact match. 100% right there. And then there's a circle, so let's go ahead and see what a circle looks like perfectly. Let's pick this one. And yeah, it's lining up 100% also. And look at that, it's got the tips like all kind of poking out too perfectly. That's about as accurate as you can get. That circle in the middle doesn't really look to be exactly in the middle, but that Star of David and circle looks pretty dang accurate to me. What do you think? I mean, am I just making this up, or was this there? And it's been a long time since this area was used. Please let me know. But for now, let's take a look. We are using Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I love the little helicopters. And we're at that old abandoned airport. We're gonna fly around because that weird anomaly structure should be in this area. And I hope you guys enjoy this different type of video when exploring Tartaria. I personally love helicopters, and if who knows, maybe one day I'll sell a big painting, I'll make millions of dollars, and I can go out here to these areas and explore them and put a do a drone. But this is way out. You would consider this, I guess, like a Siberian island, probably. But we are pretty much right above this circle, Star of David thing. And this is just what the area looks like. You really can't even tell. So I don't think whenever the game loads up that they actually put everything how it should. But yeah, you can barely even tell there's anything here. You can kind of see like right there. There's like a circle there, but I think it's actually right here. You can see kind of an island in a circle, and who knows? There could have been just multiple. But from what I'm seeing, like that, like they just didn't load it up in the game. They didn't load it up in this simulator, but they did show us in the main menu. So something is there. Everything else is kind of here. Like this old city and everything. So maybe they purposely, were like, whoa, this is just a perfect circle out in the middle of nowhere. We got to go ahead and just put some trees in here so that nobody else sees it. But now we're just going to kind of fly around and just show you that this is really out in the middle of nowhere. What's the reason for them to be doing that now? Think about this: is this island? There's stories that a lot of prisoners, like a lot of the prisoners from Russia, which maybe from Tartaria, got sent here. And maybe that really was like a sacrifice. Maybe that was they flew in planes or whatever to land them there, and maybe they used them as sacrifice for whatever. But to me, circles and stars of David, like it's either like something religious or something sacrificial to me in my book. There's really no point in building a Star of David building or a Star of David wall, So yeah, this find was just done. It was completely. I have never seen a video and done by anyone else. So hope you enjoy this unique find. It's pretty rare in this community that you get to find something new, and I think that I found this. I personally haven't ever heard of this before, and please let me know in the comments if you have, because there's no way that something on Earth has not been discovered. Like everything's been seen. It's just, to me, I don't see any videos about it. I do research on the island, and it just talks about the history, like the war and prisoners and the families of prisoners. So, but it's just kind of weird that this island is out in the middle of nowhere next to the Strait of Tartar, and it's got a whole bunch of airports. It's got old airports, old towns, really old, that are just completely covered with vegetation. And then you have not only the old airports, but then you also have new airports, and it's just a really, really interesting island. Yeah, what do you think? Like, this can't be made up, because now, see, this is Google Earth or Google Maps, so there's no way that it's not there. Something 100% is there. There is a fence or something around it, or it was a structure, but 100% there was something there. And now let's take a look at what the area has to offer. And yeah, like I said, it's just out in the middle of nowhere. It's probably a trucking route to go in between these towns, but there's one little entryway that hardly anyone ever goes down. And yeah, this is the area. The vegetation is just all grown. What's this is services, some sort of service, transport goods. But yeah, there's really no reason to come down here at all. Look at the Russian family there, the mom taking the kids out to go explore up and down the island, probably. Who knows, maybe if they're from the mainland. By their track suits, they were probably from the mainland, huh? Uh, that's funny. But wow, yeah, it's just. I mean, there's no. I mean, there's barely a road here. It's a dirt road. Like, just imagine when this is all snowy and everything. It's just probably impossible to go down. You just gotta have a 4x4. You gotta have a 4-wheel drive. No way that Toyota Corolla is gonna be making it during the wintertime. Um, yeah, there is this other area that looked like it was better. Yeah, there you go. This one goes right to it. Man, I wish we could just keep on going. I wish that person just could keep on going, like down there. Cause look at that. There's no like no trespassing sign. I bet you can just go down there. God dang it. You know what? If Cause I look at that. I bet you can just go straight to it, and it's just a dirt road. You gotta have a 4x4. Maybe someone that speaks Russian or Korean, because Koreans got put here too for labor camps. I mean, you really probably wouldn't be able to tell anything, uh, but it would be pretty. I would want to like maybe have one of those meters, those either a Geiger counter or those electro. But look at this. It just looks like a whole structure was here. Just a whole freaking town was right there. I guarantee a whole freaking town was there. And that was their airport. You know what I mean? Look at that, because there's just buildings there. And there's not only are there other, but that could, who knows what the heck that is. But I mean, it's just 100% obvious that there was a whole town here, or at least a little city. Anyways, well, yeah. So I'm trying to build this website up, and until then, shoot, I got a whole bunch of stuff that's just I only charge like a couple extra dollars, but this is as cheap as it can be. So if you want to help out a little bit, I'm gonna order a few of these things. Like there's a camo hat coming up that I really want. I'm gonna order that thing here pretty soon. But I'm starting to just mention Tartaria to just my not even random, just old friends. I'm starting to mention Tartaria to old friends, and to see what they say. I'm even mentioning it to family, and not Tartaria itself, but I'm just mentioning like these old buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, this is one of my favorite hats probably. I really like this one. The next one, I think. Yep, look at that. That is so sweet. I think that I'm gonna order that next. The next thing I get, that's what I'm gonna get. So, anyways, well, a couple more weeks until I move into my place, and I'll be doing some live streaming and stuff like that. So, thank you so much for joining me, and tell me what you think about that crazy Star of David structure next to the Strait of Tartar. Isn't that cool? I bet you didn't think there was a map now with the name Tartar in it. Like, literally, why couldn't they get rid of that name? Why couldn't they say, like, the Strait of Russia? You know what I mean? Why did they keep the Strait of Tartary? The Tartar Strait? Well, you know what I mean? Like, if they're trying to erase it, why didn't they just erase that too? Is it just to, like, poke at us and say, hey, here you go. We'll give you something, but we're not going to give you everything. Here's the Strait of Tartar. You get that. That's about it. Straight Tartar. Anyways, all right. Peace.